I am a really happy man right now because we now have official confirmation that we're getting Castlevania Netflix Season 2. Straight from the mouth, technically the keyboard, of the writer, Warren Ellis, confirming that we're getting 8 more episodes this summer. I'm super excited, because I was really happy with the first season, although it did have its shortcomings. You can click right up here to watch my review of it. Now, the first season was only 4 episodes, which was crazy short, but this had never been done before. So they wanted to test it out, I assume, to make sure people even really gave a shit. So they're like, here's 4 little episodes, if you like it, we'll make more. And now people liked it, so we're getting more. So I feel like Season 2 is going to be the real Castlevania Netflix, what they originally had in mind. Now they can go all out. They already set the groundwork, they let us know what to expect. So let's talk about the things that I hope to see in Season 2. The Castlevania Netflix series is actually based off the NES game Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse, which barely had a story to begin with, so the series did fill in a lot of the details, but it honored the original game in a lot of ways. We already saw 2 of the boss fights from the original game. The first one was when Trevor ran into the Hammer Cyclops, the monster that he had to take down to save Sypha, and that was actually taken right out of the NES game. We also got that Alucard boss fight, which was awesome, ending with him joining Trevor and getting ready to go explore Dracula's castle.
You'll help us kill Dracula and save Wallachia.
My father has to die. We 3. We can destroy him.
I want to see more of that in Season 2. I want to see more of those boss fights taken and translated from 8-bit graphics to Netflix animated series. In Castlevania 3, with all the different paths you can take to different levels, there's a ton of boss fights. Now, I don't expect to see all of them. I want to see the Medusa boss fight. She's kind of got to be in there. She's a staple of the Castlevania series. And I also want to see the Leviathan, this huge demon that it fits right in with the monster designs of the Netflix show.
You cannot enter the house of God.
God is not here. This is an empty box. Let me kiss you.
And if you've been following this channel for a while, you know I'm a huge fan of the Universal monsters. I want to see them the most. The classic monsters that inspired Castlevania to begin with. Other than Dracula, obviously he's going to be in it. Frankenstein's monster, please give us these. Please. We'll probably see different locations too. After they found Alucard in the game, there's a sunken city that you get to travel through, and I'm almost 100% sure we'll see the clock tower represented with death awaiting at the end. This is such a regular thing in Castlevania games. There's always a clock tower, there's always death at the end right before Dracula. If they don't do this, I'm really going to be disappointed because that's an essential. With only 8 episodes total that are coming, I don't really feel that they're going to leave it with a cliffhanger. Like I said before, the storyline in the original NES game was almost non-existent, other than some text at the beginning, so they're already kind of stretching it and filling in little story gaps that the NES game didn't go into ever. So I think the final episode is probably going to be the showdown with Dracula, and he'll probably turn into different forms, just like the NES game, as he should. But there's still one major character missing, Grant Danasty, the pirate that Dracula turns into a monster. There is no way we're not going to see him, since he's so important after you beat him. He turns human, and then he joins your crew along with Sypha and Alucard. He throws knives, and he can jump on walls. And in Castlevania lore, Grant, Trevor, and Sypha were all known as the 3 legendary warriors. So expect to see Grant. And like I said at the beginning of this video, I do think there were some shortcomings in the show. I guess not really shortcomings, just things that I personally wanted to see that we didn't get. And while I did enjoy the soundtrack, I want some classic Castlevania tunes mixed in there too. Let's get Bloody Tears. Listen. Also Hector from Curse of Darkness. I feel like the Netflix series is going to ignore him completely and just put a focus on the Belmont clan, but in the storyline, Hector was involved in the sidelines of Castlevania 3, and he was even the main character in Curse of Darkness, and he fought alongside Trevor when Dracula returned. It would make total sense if they followed through with this story idea, because right before he dies, Dracula put a curse on the land, prompting Hector and Trevor to act, and Dracula returns for a bit, hence the title of the NES game, Dracula's Curse. But they can easily skip the Curse of Darkness story and move on to the other Belmonts, although it would be nice to get that story in there too, as a almost sequel to this season. I think the series is really bright for the future of Castlevania on Netflix, but not just Castlevania. I think this opens the door for so many video game adaptations. The same people behind this deliciousness are doing an Assassin's Creed Netflix series. I ran into this test animation going around on YouTube, so you can kind of get an idea of how it might look in an animated form. I don't know if this video is Ubisoft made or fan made. I couldn't really find much information about it online, but it's awesome. But I hope you guys are just as excited as I am about Castlevania Netflix Season 2. And you know damn well I'm going to review it on this channel after I binge watch it in one day. But leave me your opinions down below. What would you like to see out of Season 2? And drop a like if you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, remember to hit that subscribe button for me and follow me on Twitter. This is Fabian. I love you guys, and I will see you next time.